Good morning. This is my first morning back from Cuba. Look how gorgeous these tree looks. I was so lucky to see the last tree in full bloom because the other ones, the flowers are already gone. So this is a crab apple tree and the smell of the flower is amazing. Everything looks so green, so luscious here in Canada. In Cuba too, it's been raining every single day. And so hot, so humid, it's incredible. And then at nighttime, the electricity go off, so tons of mosquito, very hot, no air conditioning, no fan, no anything. So it's a nightmare out there this time of year. So every time of the year, except for the tourists. When the tourists go to the hotels, they don't get to see this part of Cuba where you don't have electricity and all that stuff, the fun part of being Cuban. So I'm going to a restaurant with Nora, William, and Nora's boyfriend, Aaron, to a Chinese restaurant. So I'll be relaxing today and see if I can do some editing later. Let's see what happens. We are in a severe thunderstorm watch. We have a warning from the government. And this is what suddenly, like I don't know where this storm just came out. Huge. Everything turned black and we hear it trees cracking and very windy. Wow. What's that for? It doesn't sound like a train.
Oh, I'm gonna go get it. What? Yeah, sure. The cameras are on. Oh, they're colder, I guess.
Thunderstorm. We had, I don't know where everything turned black. Very, very windy. That tree behind my daughter's car broke. Thunder, and this came out of nowhere. It's dying down a little bit, the wind, but it was horrible. Out of nowhere. We are in the middle of the storm again. It's coming back again. 2 trees in there in the driveway, one there, one here. And it's coming back again. Huge storm. Good morning. This is the next day after the huge storm yesterday. We still don't have any power since yesterday, since the storm. And Hydro, Ottawa, they don't know when they can establish the power because it's too much damage in the power lines and they don't know where all of the damage is. Too many trees. It was a huge storm in Ontario and all over the city, no power. Some of the gas stations nearby, they don't have gas because people are buying it like crazy for their generator. We don't have any in the house right now. They went to buy some in Barhaven, like 40 kilometers from here almost. So let's see if we can get some power going in the house for the fridge, to power up our Wi-Fi and make breakfast. So let's see that the birds are happy. So it's a beautiful, beautiful morning. Almost always is after the huge storm.
We're coming this way.
Wow.
You see that now?
No,
That's
can you-
what blew away.
Can you? Oh my goodness. Miren eso. The barn is gone. Wow. El de los caballos, ¿ves? Donde yo camino siempre.
All I want. Oh,
Willie, look here.
Ooh, cheers.
You're on a gorgeous day. I'm a little bit sick under the weather, like for 3 days with a cold. And my daughter's off from work and she asked me to come for an ice cream and to enjoy the waterfall. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. And William and his mom eating ice cream. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So I'm very sick. I don't know if it's a bad cold or a flu or a virus, but I'm very sick. I even have trouble breathing. I had to do some Ventolin for the asthma. I have salbutamol and becloasma, those two. But the salbutamol is a little bit stronger. That's the one I'm using right now. My mother was asthmatic, so when I get a really bad cold, I get very chesty, I get trouble breathing, and I had to use my Ventolin. So I always keep one in hand. Like you see, I have trouble breathing. It's really hard for me to talk. So I just wanted to let you know that this Wednesday coming up, probably don't gonna have any tutorial. Today is Wednesday. I did the granny square with the little flower, chain flower motif in the center for a bikini cover up. So next Wednesday, probably I don't gonna have any because it's really hard for me just even to talk a little bit now. But I recommend to do, if you want to do the bikini cover, to do the center motif and the flower part, not the white, and do a pile of those. I've been working on those. I think I will do, before I start recording, like 50 of them. Probably I will need some more, I don't know, because this is not just a blouse, it's a bikini cover up, and I want to do some sleeve, so I have time to prepare to do those pieces. And then when it's time to record, it's easier just doing the outside and attach one to another. It'll be faster, so I recommend that to you if you want to do the bikini cover up as well. So Friday, Saturday and Sunday, William was here, and he had like a cold, but I don't know it was a cold or his allergy, because he have bad allergies to cat, and they have a cat in the house. And I thought it was the allergies, but he arrived here Friday, and then Saturday I was fine in the morning, but in the evening I start feeling my throat a little raspy, and I start taking preventative. I take echinacea, but I don't did anything. Usually that work. And Sunday I was just like this. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and today is Wednesday. I thought I'm gonna be better today because yesterday afternoon I felt a little bit better. I went out with my daughter and William. We went for an ice cream, and we went by the river in Pakenham, and we sat there to eat the ice cream, to see the little waterfall. But today, and even worse, I have a really nasty cough, very chesty, and really short breath. So I just wanted to let you know that this Wednesday coming up, probably I don't want to have any tutorial, but hopefully for the next video I'll be ready to do this bikini cover up, and I will have quite a lot of those pieces. That way it's easier for me and faster to have it done. See, I have quite a few done here. But when it's time to create the squares, I have more done, but I want to do more, probably 50, 60 of them I wanted to have done before I start recording, when I feel better. So go ahead and get some done. They're very easy to do, very fast. So what I do a pile of these first, and then after I lose their tails, I work in the outside, I lose their tail, and so on. And that way it's faster for me. So since I came back from Cuba, has been one thing after another. I've been back for a week and a half, and I arrived Friday. I left Friday night, arrived like around 3 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning. And I went to the store, and then we were coming back. I went for lunch, and then went to the store, and we were coming back home. And we got an emergency alert on our phones, and that was a possible storm down our area. And like we arrived home, and everything turned black. And we had like a 15-minute storm, but it was like a hurricane wind, and devastated the entire city. Well, this side of the city, the west side. We have like a 800 electric posts down, plus trees on top of the wires, plus tree on top of houses. It was a nightmare. We were like 55 hours without electricity here in my house. Other places more. Still today is Wednesday, it's been a week and a half, and some places still don't have their power back yet. So imagine. Some places are completely flat, and that was Saturday. Sunday I went to my daughter's house. We have a generator here, but I decided to go to her house because she had electricity in her house. And I came back Monday, and then that's on Monday we had electricity back in this area. Some areas, like I said, I still don't have any power yet. And that was like a nightmare. Everybody in the stores, the restaurant were packed. McDonald's people were fighting. That was like a nightmare. A nightmare. The people in the drive-through cutting people in front. I never seen anything like that. Like, it reminded me of apocalyptic movie, the C Nation. They go, very soon the zombies gonna be around because the people are fighting. I don't even gonna laugh because my cold. I'm very chesty. And then after that, William come here on Friday. I don't know if it was him that gave me this cold, or I got it in the store. I don't know, because I forgot the mask a few times going to the store. So he go to school, and in school they don't wear mask and they pick everything. So imagine. And now in Cuba, as yesterday, they say that the masks are not mandatory. So let's see the nightmare that's gonna happen in there, because in Cuba the people don't take care of themselves. Even that they say themselves, oh yes, we follow the rules, la la la, but they don't. They don't. They are very bad in that way. Because if they do a party and they have a bottle of rum, everybody drink from that same bottle of rum. Or if somebody's drinking a beer, somebody arrives, they give a sip of their beer. You can't do that. And in Cuba they did that even when the virus was really bad. So very irresponsible from some people. I have a whistle in my chest and I can feel it. I had to go and have a ventilating done. Wow, this is a nightmare. So as I came back from Cuba, I'm being one thing after another. So the elbow, the pain is there, but before the pain used to be here and right here. But now since in Cuba they did the treatment, when they were doing the magnet and the electricity, when it went well, I felt much better. But then the third day they did some acupuncture, and that makes things worse, and the pain is in here as well. So I stopped doing the treatment. I came back to Canada, and I think when I go back to Cuba again, I will have the treatment done, but without the acupuncture, because that makes things worse. I was in pain like never before, even worse than when I started the problem with my elbow. So let's see what happened. I've been working on those granny squares like I mentioned, and I'm gonna start working in more of those little flowers motif to get things more ready for when it's time to do the video. I had to stop because I had to cough. During the storm, I didn't record a lot. I recorded just a little bit, but I will put it here that way you guys can see what happened. So where I walk, they have a farm where they have horses, and they have a barn. It's like one of those dome that the frame is made of metal, and then the top is like a hard tarp, something white. And that thing was flat. It was like a crunch, like a paper. I went to buy some eggs where I walk. Long time ago I recorded where they sell natural egg, and we start buying some natural egg there with they're natural, just from the chicken, rum free, they're natural, and they don't have any hormones or anything, just natural eggs. And we go buy the eggs in that place. And when we drove by, because I've been walking for a while, when we drove by, we seen this horse barn completely gone. Pieces of metal in the road. That was Tuesday Tuesday morning when we drove by. I was in shock when I saw that done. That was like I think it was like a tornado. Looked more like a tornado than the windstorm, because everything was like this. And I'll put all that in here. That way you guys you can see the little bit that I record some trees down, some huge trees, and some electric post broken as well. So I'll put all that here. I didn't record a lot. during that time. In Cuba, we are very superstitious that when you have a cold, a very chesty cold, you're not supposed to wash your hair. So that's why my hair is so dirty, so oily, so greasy. But I cannot wash my hair yet. I had to wait until I start to feel better, because they say that humidity is not good for your chest, especially if you're sick. So, and sticking to my Cuban superstition, I hardly can say that word. I hardly can talk. Superstition. But this is my natural hair oil, so that will be good for my hair, you know, to give it a break from shampoo and stuff. So, but I'm dying to wash it. And I don't can put some dry shampoo because all that particles from that powder, the dry shampoo, it's not good to breathe neither. So it's a vicious circle. I'm gonna stop the video here. I'm gonna see if I eat something. And you know, I don't have any appetite since I got sick like this. I've been eating a lot. I've been eating fruits, kiwi, apples, grapes, with pita bread and hummus. That's what I've been eating the most. I'm gonna see if I make a soup today. Yesterday Nora brought me a soup for lunch when she came with Willie, and I don't have any dinner yesterday because I wasn't feeling hungry. But today I want to make a soup. But well, this is good for me to lose a little bit of weight as well. After I eat my fruit, I'm gonna work in those granny square. I'm gonna put the TV on and watch some TV because I don't can exercise myself. I think that's not the word, but I don't know how to say it in English. I don't can get my breathing worse than it is already. Otherwise, I'll have to go to the hospital, and going to the hospital here is a nightmare. My family always say, go to the hospital. And I say, here in Canada, it's not like in Cuba. Though for anything, you go to the hospital. Here, the minimum waiting time is 5 hours, from 5 to 10 hours for an emergency for a doctor to see you. And you don't go for a cold. It had to be something major, any big infection or something, or a very big asthma attack for you to go to the hospital. Usually when I go to the hospital, I go to one nearby in Almond. That the longest I have waited is an hour and a half. And once I went to a hospital in Ottawa, the Queensway, and I brought Kimberly. She was little and she hurt her eye. She, with the corner of a table, she banged her eye. And I waited like 6 hours for a doctor to see her, so that's crazy. So as long as they have medicine over the counter, and I'm gonna do a tea with the orange peel that I dried them. Orange peel and clementine peel and eucalyptus tea. And I will boil those together. And I will take an ibuprofen, and that I think will help me because that I made for Willie, and Willie is much better. So I'll make one for myself, and I will make a soup, a chicken noodle soup, and that is very good for me. When Kimberly's sick or my daughter is sick, the first time they call me, make me a chicken noodle soup. Because they know my chicken noodle soup always lifts their spirit and make them feel better. So I will do that today for Nina. So I cut these because I'm really, I had to go and get a Bentley then.